Hello everyone, my name is Miri. Welcome back to another Plan With Me video. After the colorful February carnival theme, I wanted some aesthetic pleasing color palette and theme. I chose to go with some cute little snowdrops, and I love the outcome. You know how it goes. If you're here to plan with me, don't forget to grab your stationaries. And if you're here to get some inspo or just want to come down a bit, then grab yourself something to drink and make yourself comfy. But now, let's jump right in. For my whole setup, I used this beige Crayola, a green one, my trusty Tombow N89, and some pigment liner. With the beige one, I filled the background for the header. While that dried, I sketched out my first snowdrop painting. They are so easy to draw and look so cute. Even if you haven't drawn a lot of flowers yet, I think they are good to start with. They have short stems, this little triangle at the end, and 3 petals, and a stamen in the middle. Because the snowdrop is so short, the leaves are long and elongated. I used a 01 pigment liner for the stems, I believe, and the 005 for the petals and the shading. Because the snowdrop is white, I shaded the petals only a tiny bit to give them some dimension. Then I wrote the March title with my Fudenosuke. I forgot to bounce the A more, but not so bad. I fixed that later. After that, I went back to color in the snowdrops. I used a muted green for the stems and leaves, and with the Tombow I only went over the shadow part and left the most parts white. Because of that, the snowdrops still look white but have some dimension. Here I place a little colander, but decided that I want the stamp to be a bit wider. I left the process in the video for you to see how you can easily draw a stamp. Next, I have drawn a lace pattern for the Dutch door. It really was easier done than I thought, because it looked so complicated at first, but it was okay. After that, I've cut out the Dutch door, but didn't want it to be straight, but like the lace. And to be honest with you guys, it was tedious and took some time. But I wanted that look, so I guess I had to go through it. Again, I colored it in with the beige Crayola. On the left page, I decided to place a quote. This quote is from a book I really like. It's from Aragon and was set from Glitter in the 4th book. And I really liked it and made a note to use it for some future setups. So here it is. Let go of your worries. The future will be as it will. Fretting about it will only make your fear more likely to come true. And I find that it's an attitude that more people should go by. It's important to recognize problems to find a solution, but don't let the problems worry you too much, because they freeze and weaken you and prevent you from finding a good solution. And because it's easy to get lost in worries and fears, I find it nice to be reminded with that quote to let them go. Some days ago, I colored in a few pages with coffee and got these nice ones out. I made them for some scrapbooking usage. I glued a piece of it in the bottom corner and thought what to do with the top one because it looked so empty. Should I glue another piece there? Or some washi tape? Maybe a thin stripe of that coffee paper? No. Let's go with another snowdrop. This time I sketched out a bigger one. Here you can see better how I shaped and shadowed the flower. And I love this flower so much. But let's move on to the next page. Here I will create my calendar page. With the beige Crayola, I outlined the box. And with the Tombow N89, I lined the lines within. I didn't draw continuous lines, but lifted the pen sometimes to get this cuter, lighter look. In the top corner, I will glue down this piece of paper, but first needed to mark my weekdays header for the calendar. Of course, I had to cut the leftover piece from the side, so again, I had to cut around the lace. Next, I wrote March on the top of the calendar. the Crayola, I gave the header some light shadow. After writing the weekdays, I glued some fabric band on the side and drawn green circles for the days. Unfortunately, I forgot to push record on my camera after I emptied my SD card. Sorry for that. Then I wrote the numbers and decorated the page with another bunch of snowdrops. First with pencil to decide the placement I want, and then again with the 005 pigment liner. The coloring of these flowers I kept always the same. And that's it for my calendar page. If you like my video so far, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my little channel to get notified when I release my next video. That really would help me a lot to grow and to stay consistent. But now let's create the habit tracker and content planner page. Around the headers, I drawn some lace to tie it to the front page and to be consistent. With the Crayola, I created boxes of 31 spaces divided in 2 lines. I have 5 habits that I want to track. Sport, of course. Go for a walk. Because of my home office working, I don't get enough exercise in the fresh air. My next habit is to do some fascia training, which I haven't done these past weeks or months. And the last 2 are watering my plants and posting on Insta. For the content planner, I created this box where I track the status of my videos. For it, I outlined the box again with a beige Crayola and lined the rest with the Tombow again. This time I use circles to check off for the several states, like filmed, cut, audio and uploaded. Under that box I made a smaller one for notes and left some space for another drawing. This time again I decided to draw a bigger snowdrop. And that's it for these 2 pages. Our last page today is the layout for the first week. Herefore, I outlined a box with 6 spaces. I rounded the corners and check lined it with the Tombow again. For the weekdays, to stand out more, I created a faux stripe and colored it in with green. In the top left corner, I placed the header in a lace again. Under that goes a little calendar and a place for main to-dos. Then it is time for a last cute snowdrops painting. And that was my March setup. Do you like it as much as I do? I already am looking forward to use it the next weeks. What is your theme this month? Are you recreating my setup? Let me know in the comments below. I really would love to know. If you're still with me, thank you for watching until the end. I hope you have a wonderful day and to see you next time again. Bye bye.